Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what I have for you is episode 17 of my Football Manager 23 save with Tottenham Hotspur. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 400 subscribers. We could have probably hit it actually by the time this video does come out. So please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well on today's episode. Just drop a comment in down the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. We've played a couple matches since you were last with us. We've won every single one of them, so let me show you how we have got on. So like I said then, since you were last with us, we did beat Everton 4-3 in the FA Cup semi-final. It was an interesting game, lots of goals in that one, especially early on, but there was 90,000 people packed in Wembley. Osimhen coming up with a hat-trick in that one. After that, we had a 3-1 win at home to Brentford before a 3-1 win away at Everton in the league as well. In today's episode, we have the Champions League semi-final first leg away at Real Madrid. Then we'll play this West Ham game off camera, and then we will come back for the Champions League semi-final second leg at home to Real Madrid after that. I also forgot to mention in the last episode, in between the two Champions League games, we did actually beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Jude Bellingham scored in the 89th minute. We were terrible in that game, but we are doing very well in the Premier League at this moment in time. We are currently 3 points clear of Liverpool, so if we maintain how we're playing at this moment in time, we will go on to win at the Premier League. Osimhen is also top scorer, but Alexander Mitrovic has scored the same amount of goals as Erling Haaland this season. Make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into team news for our first Champions League semi-final match. This is where we got knocked out last season. This season we're looking to go one better. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for our first Champions League semi-final leg against Real Madrid. We will be facing against Harry Kane for the first time in this save since selling him to Real Madrid. We've got a Gurkan in goal, a back four of Timber, Scalvini, Gvardiol and Udogie. A midfield three of Skip, Bissouma and Bellingham. João Pedro on the left. Valverde starting on the right for today's game. James Maddison injured, not really fit enough to play the full match. Obviously, Esprilla isn't registered to play in the Champions League. Son is currently out injured for another 3 weeks, and also Domenico Berardi is out for another 5 weeks as well with a slip disc. He's probably going to miss the rest of the season. We have also got Osimhen leaving the line. I didn't know Valverde could play out on the right-hand side, but that is where he's going to have to play in today's match. Let's get into this game, though, against Real Madrid. I will need to quickly give some youngsters some squad players. Actually, we'll just give them auto numbers. It's not the end of the world giving them auto numbers. The question is Harry Kane going to be playing in today's game? Well, I presume that he will. He's been playing more as that central striker. They've been playing Benzema on the left wing. I can't quite remember who they have been playing on the right wing over their last couple of matches, but it's certainly going to be a very tough one. Like I mentioned earlier, we did get knocked out in the Champions League semi-final last season. We're looking to win this competition. I thought when we lost that first leg in the quarter-final against Manchester United that we weren't going to be able to get through into the semi-final. We have managed to do it, though, on this occasion. Now it's about beating Real Madrid. It's obviously the first leg. I would like to see that Harry Kane does start for Real Madrid wearing the number 19 shirt. Benzema captain, Vinicius Jr. on the right wing. It looks like a 4-4-2 in my... not 4-4-2, sorry, a 4-3-3 in my opinion. Very, very strong side. Very good team. Ancelotti is still the Real Madrid manager. It's going to be a very tough one. Let's get into this game, though, against Real Madrid. Hopefully, we can start off with, a draw. A draw at the Bernabeu would certainly not be the end of the world. We'll give them some early encouragement, and fingers crossed we can put in a good performance in today's game. João Pedro picks up the ball here, looking over the top to Victor Osimhen. He's in on goal here, but in the end, it's a good save from Courtois. Osimhen couldn't quite get the shot off, and Real Madrid will look to build out from the back, but it's a mistake here. Osimhen again can't quite get there. I think it's a mistake from Tchouaméni there. It's a good chance for us early on. Unfortunately, Osimhen can't quite capitalise on it, but we do have a throw in here deep in their half. Valverde picks the ball up, but he loses it very easily, wins it back, ball into the box. Eventually, Real Madrid will clear. An opportunity for us, though, to build another attack with Scalvini. He goes across to Gvardiol. He plays the ball into Oliver Skip, into Scalvini. Good football this from us. He looks over the top for Valverde. In behind, first time, ball in! And that's a goal. But the referee has got his hand up, so it's probably not going to count. 11 minutes on the clock. VAR are going to check this goal. A great first time ball in from Valverde against his former club. Osimhen's going over to chat to the referee. Is this goal going to be given? The referee's got his finger in his ear, and the goal is given. It's Real Madrid 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. A great ball over the top from Scalvini. On the full volley, Valverde's put that ball in. Osimhen with a header, and that is exactly what we're looking for in today's game. An early goal at the Bernabeu. We're now going to tell them to time waste for the rest of the game. Play defensive, see the game out. Valverde on the ball. He finds Timber. Can he work the space for a cross back into Valverde? He turns out and finds Oliver Skip. Shoots, actually. It's spilled by Courtois, and João Pedro taps in. But again, the referee has got his hand up, and we are going to go to VAR once again. That is really, really poor from Thibaut Courtois. I thought he'd catch that fairly easily, to be honest with you. But the goal has been given once again. 22 minutes on the clock. It's Real Madrid 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. It's João Pedro with the goal. He's been forced to play in today's game due to the amount of injuries we've got in the final third at this moment in time, and he's rewarded me with a goal. Only on a 6.8 so far, but that goal certainly will boost up his match rating as Real Madrid have a corner. Eder Militao comes close with a header over the bar. Approaching half-time at the end of the first half, Vinicius Jr. picks up the ball here. It's now with Carvajal. They've got a little bit of space at that back post. He's now with Eder Militao. Rudiger, he goes into Tchouaméni, looking over the top for Vinicius Jr. Surely offside there. He's put his shot wide in the end. The linesman's kept his flag down. That should just be about enough to see us through to half-time. It is very impressive first half. What a 45 minutes that was. You have blown them away. I'm not going to make any changes because they're playing so well at this moment in time. Camavinga is being dragged off as well for Toni Kroos, but we are now underway for this second half. I do want to make some substitutions though, because we do have some tired bodies out there. We've got a game in a couple of days as well against West Ham. With an hour on the clock, I'm going to look to freshen things up, but a lot of the players on the bench, I'm not going to lie to you, are pretty much children. Coop Miners is going to come on for Oliver Skip, who's not having his greatest game. Udogie is going to come off for maybe Gomez potentially, and then we'll get Schlotterbeck on for Gvardiol. I'm also thinking about getting João Pedro off for James Maddison, and then we'll get Richarlison on as well for Osimhen. What's that? 5 changes. Hopefully that's enough to see us through into the second leg. I'm not really too sure. We've had to freshen things up, just we've got a lot of tired players at the moment. Lots of injured bodies as well, which certainly isn't ideal. Free kick for us here. Gomez puts one in towards the back post, looking for Valverde. I think it's in the end cleared off the line by Eder Militao. Great opportunity for us there to potentially kill the tie. I don't want to overreact all too much, but Real Madrid come forward on the counter. Benzema puts the ball through, but that is comfortably cut out by Jurrien Timber. Agurkan goes long, looking for Richarlison, but he's nowhere really to be seen. Rudiger faffing about with the ball, finds Militao. It's now with Eric Dyer, the also former Spurs man. Ball comes over the top here. Kane has got away from Scalvini, and Harry Kane has scored his 21st goal of the season. That's not what we were looking for. That's poor from Scalvini. And with 9 minutes left on the clock, Real Madrid have a goal back, which was really not what we're looking for. A clean sheet at the Bernabeu would have been very nice. Scalvini, for some reason, just doesn't track the run of Harry Kane. Just outside the penalty area, I think the shot comes in from. Maybe a Gurkan could do better there. 9 minutes left to go. Real Madrid pull a goal back. Maddison picks the ball up here, plays the ball through into Richarlison. Is it his chance? He shoots. It's in the back of the net. Richarlison with his 21st goal of the season. Courtois can't quite keep that one out. It goes in off the post after the save from Courtois. And with 4 minutes left on the clock, we have restored our 2-goal lead in this tie. Great play originally from Basuma to find Maddison. He puts a great ball through to Richarlison, who finishes first time. Maddison, despite his injury, is still able to create fantastic chances for us. And with 4 minutes left on the clock, it's now Real Madrid 1, Tottenham Hotspur 3, and I think we more than deserve to be going through into the next leg with a 2-goal advantage. The referee does blow for full time. It ends 3-1. Brilliant way to go into the second leg, which is at our place. We're very, very good at home. I'm going to play this game against West Ham off camera, and we'll come back for the second leg against Real Madrid. We could potentially here be going into a Champions League final, an FA Cup final, and also win the Premier League. With about a minute left on the clock in today's game, it looks like we are going to be ending with another 3 points. Again, not a great performance, but once the subs came on, we've kind of changed this game around, and we're going to be picking up another big 3 points towards our title charge. I believe this is the highest ever points total as well, recorded by a Spurs side. I got a message saying that it was currently 86, I want to say. We're currently on 84, so obviously this win takes us to 87, which is very nice. Goals have come in today's game from Richarlison and João Pedro. We did have a goal in the first half, I think scored by Osimhen, disallowed for offside, but we're coming forward once again at the end of today's game, looking for a third to well and truly kill the game, as João Pedro's in on goal again, shoots, scores. João Pedro has his 13th goal of the season. We've got a couple tired plays, especially João Pedro, which is an issue for us. While he scored a brace in today's game and pretty much won us the game on his own, is a little bit of a concern considering Esprilla's not registered to play in the Champions League. Son and Berardi are both injured. Potentially we've got to play Maddison or Richarlison on the wing, or we could put Valverde on the wing once again. We'll have to wait and see, but we are going to end with a win here. I believe looking at them scorelines, Liverpool have only drawn, which is massive news for us. We need to quickly have a look to see how Liverpool got on in their game, because if they have drawn, it puts in a very, very good position to win this Premier League title. Right, let's have a look at the fixtures and results. How did Liverpool get on there? On 82 points, we're now 5 points clear. We were only 3 points clear, so I'm going to presume that Liverpool drew. They did. They played yesterday, and they drew 0-0 away at Aston Villa. We do have a very hard win. I think we've got Arsenal, Man City, and we end on Middlesbrough as our last 3 games. I'm not too sure who Liverpool's last 3 games are. If we have a look at their schedule, they've got Fulham, Everton, and Wolves. You'd expect them to get 7, if not 9 points out of that. It looks like we might actually be playing Liverpool in the Champions League final as well, with both teams winning 3-1 in their first Champions League semi-final leg. Let's now get into the second leg, though, against Real Madrid. We're at home once again. Could Harry Kane turn us over in our own backyard? Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for our Champions League semi-final second leg at home to Real Madrid. We've got a Gurkan in goal, a back four of Timber, Romero, Gvardiol and Udogie, Koopmeiners, Bissouma and Bellingham in the midfield, Valverde on the right, João Pedro on the left and Osimhen through the middle. Now Heung-min Son is not even ready to do a fitness test, never mind pass one. He's still injured. He's not going to be back in full training for another 11 days, but he is on the bench if we do need him for this one. We've already got the 2-goal advantage. Let's hope that it's more than enough to see us through into the Champions League final. I believe Liverpool won their second leg 3-1, so they've gone through 6-2 on aggregate. Harry Kane starts once again. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same team, pretty much, apart from Mendy and Toni Kroos have come in from their last one, and I don't really know necessarily who's dropped out of the team. Eder Militao's dropped out of the team, and potentially one of the midfielders. I can't remember who Kroos got subbed on for. Was it Camavinga maybe? Anyway, it's still a very, very strong side. We're going to ask them to pick up where they left off last time. Hopefully, we've done more than enough now to see ourselves go through into the Champions League final. We've got a corner ball early on. Valverde puts the ball into the box, and that is us in the Champions League final, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to VAR for? It's literally from a corner. Was that offside? It's literally coming from a corner. Who cares? It's 90 seconds on the clock. This has to be given because it's from a corner. How is the goal disallowed? Eh? How is that goal being disallowed if it's from a corner? Corner ball here for Real Madrid. Kroos puts the ball into the box. It's headed away though by Romero. Valverde gets on the end of it. He's got the pace on Modric. Modric is nearly 40. Of course Valverde is going to beat him. Looking to up against Ferland Mendy. He cuts back. Finds a great ball into Osimhen. He goes over the top to João Pedro. Already coming on off a brace. Ball comes into the box. Udogie with a cross. Osimhen with a shot. It goes just wide. We need another goal just to kill this tie completely. Approaching half-time. 0-0 on the night. It means it's still 3-1 on aggregate. And 0-0 at half-time certainly suits ourselves. Lots of tired players out there at this moment in time, but they're just going to have to keep playing through it. I'm delighted with how things are going. Let's get into the second half. We're going to need to make some subs very soon, though, I can feel it. And with 65 minutes or so on the clock, we are now going to look to make some substitutions. Lots of absolutely knackered players out there. Heung-min Son is going to come on for João Pedro. Emerson Royale is not on the bench, obviously, because he's not registered, so he's not going to be able to come onto the pitch. We are going to bring on, in that case, we are going to take Bellingham off for James Maddison. We're going to bring Skip on as well for Koopmeiners, who is on a yellow card. We've got 2 more substitutions, so we are going to bring on Scalvini in place of Romero, and we'll save our final sub for maybe the last 10 minutes or so. Free kick for us here. Timber finds Bissouma. He goes back into Timber. Scalvini now on off the bench. Made the mistake for Harry Kane's goal in the previous leg. Let's hope he makes no more mistakes in this one. Udogie now looking over the top for Osimhen. Rudiger wins that header fairly comfortably. It's now with Ferland Mendy. Gives it back into Rudiger. Carrying the ball out defence. Not really pressing them right now. It's now with Rodrigo. He's come on off the bench. Can we get a challenge in here? He goes into Carvajal. Looking for that ball back down the line to Rodrigo. Cuts back. Alaba now looking for a ball over the top. Scalvini this time deals with it and gives it back to a Gurkan. He plays it into Scalvini. Loads of time here to pick a pass. Bissouma now. Bit of a heavy touch there. Gets away from Harry Kane. Driving at this Real Madrid defence. Son. Ball over the top. I think Osimhen's just straight offside there. He shoots. It's blocked in the end. I think we're actually playing on here. Maybe he was onside. Son now to the byline. He cuts back. Brought down. Referee says no penalty. And he waves play on this occasion. But the highlight is not stopping here. Yes, it is. But not very long. Carvajal now on the ball. Driving down their right-hand side. Well won back, though, from Heung-min Son. It's what we've missed over the last couple of games. His work rate on that left-hand side is massive for us. Osimhen now switches the play. Valverde, a bit of space. Can he pick a cross? Ball comes in. Looking for Maddison. He heads just wide. And with 10 minutes left on the clock, we are now going to look to shut up shop. We're going to bring Valverde off for a centre-half. We're going 5 at the back. We're going to go to a flat 5 at the back. It's not going to let me do it. Give me one moment. And here is how we will be lining up for the remaining 9.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Everybody just going to come in and sit back. We're going to go on to very defensive as well. We're going to well and truly park the bus for the remainder of today's game. In terms of the distribution, we're going to tell them to distribute to the target man. We're going to regroup. We're going to hold our shape. We're going to slow the pace right down at this moment in time. In terms of the tempo, we're putting that right down, passing, putting that right up there. We don't want to be playing out from defence anymore. We want to have a low block as well. Every single man behind the ball. Get stuck in, drop off more, trap outside and invite crosses as well. We should be able to deal with this. 10 minutes or so to go. Fingers crossed we've done enough to see ourselves into the Champions League final. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the Champions League final. A 0-0 draw is enough on the night. We win 3-1 on aggregate. We are in the Champions League final. Another opportunity for us to win another trophy. It won't be in the next episode. I think the next episode will be the Premier League run-in. Then we might have the FA Cup final and then the Champions League final. So still 3 more episodes to go after this one. But we've booked our place at Wembley. The Champions League final is going to take place. It doesn't really matter. No such thing as home advantage when you're playing against Liverpool, really. But we are in the Champions League final. We will be playing against Liverpool, a team we have struggled against, I'm not going to lie to you, in this save so far. But I'm pretty sure, didn't we not beat them recently? I want to say we recently beat Liverpool in some sort of cup competition. We did. We beat them 2-0 in the FA Cup quarter-final. So who knows what could happen. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 500 subscribers probably by the time this video comes out. So please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts on today's episode as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day and I shall see you all very soon for another video. Peace.